Coming to you straight from Manila, Philippines. This is Rise Up with Esther. Today we're talking about the global EV battery demand. The global EV battery market size was valued at $56.4 billion in 2022 and is projected to reach $134.6 billion by 2027, growing at a compound annual growth rate of 19.9% from 2022 to 2027. According to Elon Musk, the EV batteries are the new oil. He certainly has a point. The market for EV batteries is being driven by factors such as rising demand for electric vehicles, advancements in battery technology, favorable government policies and regulations, and the introduction of new plug-in EV models. Governments all over the world are promoting the adoption of vehicles utilizing fuels as a result of rising concerns regarding the environmental impact of conventional automobiles. EVs are zero-emission cars that are becoming more and more popular for eco-friendly public transportation worldwide. To promote the use of EVs, several national governments provide financial incentives such as tax exemptions and refunds, subsidies, decreased parking or toll rates for EVs, and free charging. As a result, the demand for EV batteries is increasing quickly across the board. Leading EV markets like China, the US, and Germany are spending heavily in EV charging infrastructure in addition to research and development for quicker and more effective charging techniques. Automakers are anticipated to make large expenditures to meet the growing demand for EVs and to shape the industry. For development of EVs, companies like Tesla, Volkswagen, Ford, Nissan, BMW, and General Motors have large research and development budgets. These OEMs, or original equipment manufacturers, provide a wide selection of electric vehicles ranging from compact hatchbacks like the Leaf to luxurious sedans like the Tesla Model 3. Due to the large number of consumers drawn by the variety of product options, the market for electric vehicles has grown. For instance, GM announced plans to invest $35 billion in October 2021 with the goal of developing and selling more than 1 million EVs and other technologies by 2025. By 2035, the corporation wants to be all electric. Ford said in November 2021 that it would boost its annual EV production capacity to 600,000 by 2023. By 2030, it intends to provide 40% of electric vehicles. Volkswagen also disclosed intentions to invest $86.3 billion to advance its EV aspirations by 2030. Other businesses have also made substantial advancements and plans for the anticipated EV demand in the next 5 to 10 years, including Tesla, Nissan, and BMW. Due to these surging demands, concerns over battery safety and procurement concerns related to raw materials have been raised. Cobalt extraction facilities are, for example, concentrated in Congo and China. Together, both countries extract around 70 to 80% of the total cobalt mined. This increases the risk of supply disruption of cobalt in case any uncertainty in these countries happen. Cobalt currently presents the greatest procurement risks of all the battery raw materials. This is due to the expected dynamic growth in demand and the resulting potential supply bottlenecks. In lithium-ion batteries, graphite is utilized as the anode material. Of all the battery raw materials, it has the biggest volumetric proportion and contributes significantly to the cost of making cells. China has dominated practically the whole supply chain for many years and produces 70% of the flake graphite which needs to be treated before being used in batteries and approximately 50% of the synthetic graphite utilized in those batteries. Exploration has gotten more and more active in recent years, especially in Africa. New extraction locations in Tanzania, Madagascar, and Mozambique could ease the strain on the heavily consolidated global market. Currently, just a few firms in Australia, Chile, and Argentina are allowed to harvest lithium, and only 4 companies control over 60% of the world's supply. However, the recent lithium boom has shown that the lithium industry is undergoing significant upheaval. Large-scale projects are being planned and carried out in other nations like Canada, Mexico, and Bolivia, in addition to the expansion of current facilities. And the market market for nickel is heavily reliant on the supply of primary nickel from Southeast Asia, particularly from Indonesia, which is the nation that produces the vast majority of nickel. In order to ensure that a significant portion of the value chain stayed within Indonesia, Indonesia placed a prohibition on the export of nickel ore in 2020. With these challenges on the raw material supply, a new opportunity has emerged for the EV battery market: the introduction of the battery as a service model. Companies are coming up with business models like battery swapping and battery as a service, or BaaS. These models allow users to change or swap EV batteries once discharged. This saves users the time spent on recharging the batteries, thereby improving customer satisfaction and addressing one of the main reasons consumers refrain from opting for EV. Battery swapping at EV charging stations has grown as it eliminates the time for charging batteries for EV users. While the market is still developing for EV cars outside China, it has shown its potential due to high demand in China. While level 3 EV charging can charge an EV in around 30 minutes to 1 hour, and ultra-fast charging can also provide charging in 15 to 30 minutes, their long-term use damages the EV batteries. Thus, battery swapping came up as an alternative for fast charging stations, and its demand has grown over the past few years. NIO, for instance, installed over 300 battery swapping stations by July 2021 and plans to install around 4,000 more by 2025 in China. Its swapping stations have already been in use around 2.9 million times by July 2021 in the global market, with around 1,000 battery swapping stations planned outside China. Shell signed an agreement with NIO in November 2021 to jointly develop such battery swapping EV charging stations. This has created a new opportunity for the battery as a service in EV charging. And that's what we have. Thank you so much for sticking around. More episodes coming right up.